The city is mourning the loss of a 12-year-old boy tonight. He was the unintended victim of a weekend drive-by shooting near Jane and Finch. And after years of gun violence in this community, residents say enough is enough. Just a note, we aren't releasing the boy's name out of respect for the family's wishes. Yellow tape and police cruisers surround the complex parking lot where a young 12-year-old boy was shot on Saturday afternoon. By Thursday, the crime scene was gone, but the tragic news had emerged that after days of fighting for his life, the boy died in hospital.
That's a community child, so we're all in mourning.
The targeted shooting took place at 2:30 in the afternoon. Police say two suspects fired more than 30 rounds at a moving vehicle. 3 people in the vehicle were hit, but they've since been released from hospital. The 12-year-old was caught in the crossfire. He was the only one killed.
It's a very heartbreaking, emotional situation and continues to be.
The 2 alleged shooters were arrested in a dramatic takedown at Bay and Dundas on Monday. They're both charged with first-degree murder and are also being investigated for prior shootings in Toronto and Brantford. But another suspect, the driver of the vehicle, remains at large.
He would be facing also the charge of first-degree murder.
Police say they've ramped up resources and have additional officers on the ground to try and keep the neighborhood safe, a move being denounced by community members.
There is a lot of police already in the neighborhood, and these shootings are happening 2-3 times a day sometimes.
Anger and grief pushing them to speak out about the rampant gun violence and lack of political motivation to root it out.
Gun violence is a symptom of poverty and neglect. This community has been forgotten in so many ways.
The community is not benefiting from that.
We feel duped.
And I want to know how much time you spend in these communities, and not just at election time.
The day after the shooting, the mayor did a safety walk through the neighborhood, speaking to area residents and promising to sit down with them to discuss solutions.
I've reached out to you a number of times, and I did not want to meet this way.
After learning of the boy's death today, the mayor vowed to step up efforts in the neighborhood.
The evolution of gun violence and its impact on people and neighborhoods is a tragedy. The death of this young boy is particularly heartbreaking.
We need good jobs. We need good transit. We need proper housing. We need good schools to keep our kids in.
The councillor for the ward, Anthony Peruzza, promising the city is already investing in opportunities and supports.
The LRT, for example, that's coming along on Finch Avenue, we're putting a considerable amount of money, tens of millions of dollars into housing, for example.
There's a lot of mistrust, right? Okay, where? When? Right? We've been in a housing crisis for a while now. It's propaganda at its finest and at the worst time on the death of a 12-year-old. We need real change.
And police believe that this was gang-related. Again, one suspect is outstanding, but police haven't released a detailed description of him. The mayor has vowed to meet with community members in the coming weeks.